Hello everyone, my name is Cami and welcome to my channel, Cami's Corner. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. On my channel, we do mainly Bath & Body Works and fragrance content with a sprinkle of lifestyle content. But in today's video, we are going to be reviewing the Mulan Fine Fragrance Mist from the Disney Princess Collab 2.0. I already have reviews of Aurora, Rapunzel, and Snow White up on my channel already. So if you're interested in that, you can go check those out on my channel, and I will have a review of Life's a Fairy Tale up very soon. And I'm going to do a ranking video of all of the fragrances from the first collection as well as this collection and kind of combine them together and give you guys my thoughts. But if you're new to my reviews, I do a full day's wear test and write down very detailed notes with like timestamps and everything to give you guys my full thoughts. I spray 10 to 15 times, a little bit on my clothes, a little bit on my skin, because your skin chemistry can change the way a fragrance performs. And also just a little bit of a reminder, all fragrance is subjectives and everyone's noses are a little bit different. So these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Also, Bath & Body Works makes things in batches. Sometimes some batches are better than others. So just take these videos and reviews as a little bit of a guide to see if you want to purchase these products or if it might be a scent that you're looking for. But this is the Mulan Fine Fragrance Mist. I think this is one of my favorite colored packagings. I love this like turquoisey blue color. Absolutely stunning. Sorry about that. My lovely husband called me and we're having some washing machine issues. Our 2-year-old washing machine is dying, which is just so lovely. So lovely. But anyways, like I was saying, this packaging is gorgeous. I love the color. This is like my dream color, my favorite color. This like blue turquoise color. But anyways, let's talk about the actual packaging itself. We've got some nice little detailing on here with the beautiful fan. And we've got Mulan here. We got, I think, Mushu on there. And then the little pressed penny, as I call it, little profile of the princess. These are $18.95, so you can use your free reward on them. On the back, this one says determined, loyal, and clever. This one has scent notes of magnolia blossom, fierce waters, and radiant apricot. And I feel like apricot is like an underrated fragrance note, like from the fruit family that doesn't get used a lot. So I was kind of excited to see that. And then it also says find the courage to speak your mind. So like I said, I spray about like 10 to 15 times. And if you do use a body lotion, or in this case, probably a body cream, because they didn't make body lotions from this collection, it'll help your scent like kind of soak into your skin a little bit better. But I'm just reviewing how the Fine Fragrance Mist performs because I have a pretty large collection, you guys, and I would not be able to ever use up any of the body lotions or body creams if I bought like the matching scent for all of these. But this one I first sprayed at 7 in the morning, and this one is a doozy on the first spray. Like even now, just with the little sprays that I just sprayed now, it is very strong on the opening, like a little, okay, maybe I sprayed a little too much kind of a vibe. But it's like an 8.5 out of 10 with a medium plus projection on the first spray. It's not like super overwhelming, and it's definitely a more everyone's going to be able to smell you, but only if they're a few feet away from you, not like you're choking out the whole room kind of a vibe. But this one to me, after about 30 minutes, the projection does die down and it ends up being just like a just for you fragrance, which is totally fine. Again, I used a free reward on this, so I don't have like super high expectations for these, but it does smell really strong on the first spray. This one to me is a refreshing and aquatic fragrance with fruity floral undertones. And I thought this was one of the most unique fragrances from this launch. I don't have anything in my collection, and I don't know if it's because of the apricot, but I don't have anything like this in my collection. So I thought this was a very beautiful, kind of fresh, aquatic, floral, fruity fragrance. Kind of got a lot going on there, but definitely more on the fresh aquatic on the forefront for this one for sure. And I said that I loved that the apricot adds a fruity twist to it. On the dry down, I get a lot more of that magnolia blossom. On the opening note, it is definitely more fresh aquatic. And then as it kind of settles into my skin and on my clothes, I get more of that like fresh floral kind of scent to it, which is really pleasant. This is a great fragrance for the springtime for sure. And let's see. I also wrote down again, opening is bright, aquatic, fruity, with the dry down being very magnolia heavy. And I thought this could potentially be similar to Endless Sea, which I have no idea, you guys, where my Endless Sea is. I was gonna compare it, but I literally cannot find my Endless Sea anywhere. I looked in my body cart briefly and I cannot find it. So I was going to compare it to Endless Sea, but I cannot find it. But you might want to compare it yourself if you're interested in that. I haven't looked at the Endless Sea scent notes, but it felt like to me that this one would have like similar aquatic vibes to that fragrance. And this one unfortunately did lose its strength like pretty fast. Like an hour and a half later, it was completely gone off of my skin. And it was still on my clothes though a little bit, like a 5 out of 10. Not like super strong, but on my skin, this one disappeared real fast. So if you want this one to last a long time on your skin, I would probably recommend pairing it with some kind of moisturizer to really lock in the fragrance on your skin. And at 9:30, it was completely gone on my clothes. So this one lasted about 2.5 hours. So not the worst, not the best, but I think it's fine for the sale price point. This isn't a $300 perfume, so I don't expect $300 perfume quality. But again, we are spending our hard-earned money. So that's up to you whether or not you're fine with just throwing a mini in your purse and respraying it throughout the day. But overall, let's rate this on a scale of 1 to 10 from my personal scent preference and how I enjoyed the fragrance. I think at 9 out of 10, I think this is a really beautiful aquatic fragrance, and I could see myself spraying the heck out of this on myself during the spring and the summertime. So I would definitely give it like a 9 out of 10 for my personal scent preference. And unfortunately, the projection and scent longevity wasn't super great. The initial spray and the initial like first 20-30 minutes was really great, but because the dry down, it went away very fast on my skin and only lasted about 2.5 hours on my clothes. I'm gonna rate this one like a 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10 for longevity and projection for an overall score of 8 out of 10. Unfortunately, the projection really weighs down this fragrance, but let's rank these, you guys, with the other 3 fragrances that I have reviewed on my channel. I will say I don't hate any of these. None of these fragrances are like bad, which is good because like the Everyday Luxuries, for example, there's a few fragrances that I have not touched since I reviewed them because I just don't like them at all. But I can really see myself emptying out one of these at some point or all of these at some point in time. So it's kind of hard to rank these. Honestly, if I had to actually rank these, it would be like this. And just like a slowly gradual increase of how I like them a little bit more. But this is just basically, my rankings are basically going to just be on my scent preference and how I enjoyed the fragrance. And last we had Aurora. It's just too much rose at Bath & Body Works right now. This one has scent notes of soft rose petals, sandalwood dreams, and sparkling fairy dust. And if you want like my actual in-depth review, I do have these already on my channel if you're interested. In third place, we have Snow White, just because I like the other fragrances a little more. This is Mystic Red Apple, Ripened Fruits, and Enchanted Woods. But I would literally wear all of these fragrances like all the time. So nothing against these fragrances. It's very hard to rank these. And then in second place, we have Mulan, which I reviewed today. And then I still think my favorite from the collection is Rapunzel, actually. I love the like sunscreeny kind of summery vibe to this one. Very floral, sunscreeny, summery kind of vibe. So that's my ranking, but we still have to review Life's a Fairy Tale, so maybe my rankings will change a little bit. And then, like I said, I will pull out my original Disney Princess launch and I will rank them all and kind of talk about all the fragrances with you guys in another video. But that is all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you give today's video a big thumbs up, comment down below, let me know your ranking on the new Disney Princess collection. And if you like seeing my face, Bath & Body Works fragrance or lifestyle content, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button because it's free to you, helps me out so very much, and you guys can always change your mind later. Thanks again, you guys, for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!